There's something pediatricians have been warning parents about for years, but most families never hear about it until it's already become normal. And it's not neglect. It's not bad parenting, it's everyday habits that look helpful, feel harmless, and are often recommended by other parents. In fact, one of the most common baby products in homes today has been officially called for a complete ban by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Not a warning, a ban. And it's probably sitting in a closet, a garage, or a nursery near you right now. But here's what's even more surprising. That product is just one of 7 common parenting habits that quietly interfere with how a child's brain and body develop. They don't cause obvious problems right away, they don't trigger alarms. The effects show up slowly, sometimes months, sometimes years later. By the end of this video, you'll see everyday parenting choices in a completely different way. Not because you've been doing anything wrong, but because nobody explains what developing brains actually need. Let's start with the habits that interfere with movement, because movement is where brain development begins. Number 7. Baby walkers. Baby walkers are marketed as a way to help babies learn to walk sooner. But research shows the opposite happens. Studies comparing babies who used walkers to those who didn't found that walker-using babies actually walked weeks later and scored lower on early developmental assessments. And here's why. When a baby is in a walker, they aren't learning how to walk. They're learning how to roll, they push with their toes. They glide forward without balancing. Their core doesn't engage. Their brain doesn't need to solve the problem of shifting weight without falling, but those awkward, wobbly moments on the floor? That's not failure. That's the brain-building pathways. Every time a baby falls and catches themselves, the cerebellum is learning. Every shaky pull-up on the couch is muscle memory being encoded. Walkers skip that entire process. There's also a safety issue. Walkers give mobility before judgment. Suddenly, an 8-month-old can reach stairs, hot drinks, or sharp corners. That's why the American Academy of Pediatrics said this product shouldn't exist. So, what actually helps? Floor time. Holding your baby's hands while they walk with you. Sturdy push toys that don't roll away easily. Babies walk when their bodies are ready, and they walk better without walkers. Number 6. Early sit-up seats and molded baby chairs. These are the foam seats designed to hold babies upright before they can sit on their own. Here's what most parents don't realize. Sitting isn't something you teach. It's something that develops from the inside out. Before a baby can sit independently, they need deep core strength. They build it through tummy time, rolling, pushing up, and twisting. When we prop babies up before their muscles are ready, we bypass that development. Imagine being placed in a position you don't have the strength to hold, and being stuck there. That's what these seats do. They place pressure on a spine that isn't prepared and delay the natural sequence of movement. What works instead? Let babies reach sitting on their own. They'll roll to the side, push up, sit with their hands forward for balance, and eventually sit upright because their body earned it. That's when sitting becomes functional and safe. Number 5. Screens and educational baby videos. This one makes a lot of parents uncomfortable. And that's understandable. But the research is very clear. For children under 2, screens do not teach language. They delay it. But my baby loves watching videos. They're so focused. Exactly. Bright colors, fast movement, and rapid scene changes hijack attention. But attention is not learning. Babies learn language through back and forth interaction. They babble. You respond. They point. You name things. They watch your face, your expressions, your timing. Videos can't do that, even interactive ones. There's another issue most people don't talk about. High stimulation content makes real life feel boring. Real conversations are slower. Real play is quieter. Babies can become accustomed to intensity instead of interaction. That makes it harder for them to engage in the kind of calm, responsive communication their brains need most. This doesn't mean your baby is ruined if they've seen a screen. It means every minute in front of a screen is a minute not spent in the interactions that build language. A baby hearing words from a caregiver hears tone, emotion, rhythm, and meaning, not just sound. When you need a break, use a safe play space. Narrate what you're doing, sing, talk. It feels silly. It's powerful. Number 4. Overstimulating toys with lights, sounds, and constant motion. These toys don't encourage curiosity. They demand attention. When a toy performs, the child watches. The toy decides the action. The toy controls the pace. The child becomes an audience member. Now compare that to simple toys. Blocks, cups, cardboard boxes, wooden spoons. Suddenly, the child has to imagine. They create the story. They solve problems. That's where executive function develops. That's where creativity begins. Simple toys are also naturally calming. There's no sensory competition. Many parents notice something surprising. The expensive light-up toy sits untouched, while the box it came in gets played with for an hour. That's not an accident. That's the brain choosing what it needs. Number 3. Infant sleep positioners and cushion sleep pods. This one is serious. The American Academy of Pediatrics has issued repeated warnings about these products. Babies should sleep on a firm, flat surface with nothing else in the crib. No cushions, no nests, no positioners. The immediate concern is safety, increased risk of suffocation. But there's also a developmental impact. Babies naturally move during sleep. They turn their heads, shift their weight, adjust positions. Those small movements strengthen muscles and support motor development. Cushion pods restrict movement and reduce sensory input. What about flat spots on the head? The solution isn't a sleep positioner. It's tummy time when awake, changing head direction and holding your baby more. A bare crib may look uncomfortable to adults, but it's exactly what babies need. Number 2. Mechanical soothing as the primary way to calm babies. Swings, rockers, vibrating seats. These tools can feel like lifesavers and short-term use is okay. But when machines replace human soothing, something important is lost. Attunement. Attunement is when parents learn their baby's cues. When babies learn their caregiver's rhythm, human soothing isn't perfectly regular. Breathing changes, movement varies. That variability teaches babies how to regulate themselves. Machines maintain constant motion. Babies can become dependent on it. When human connection does the soothing, babies learn safety, regulation, and trust. Baby wearing, gentle rocking, skin-to-skin, predictable routines, more work up front, but long-term stability. Your presence is more powerful than any device. Number 1. Over-reliance on food pouches and delayed self-feeding. Food pouches are convenient. And for occasional use, they're fine. But when they replace real feeding experiences, development suffers. Mealtime is about more than nutrition. Babies learn fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, chewing strength, sensory exploration, independence. Pouches remove all of that. No grasping, no chewing, no texture discovery. Self-feeding builds confidence. Messy eating is learning. That smashed banana? That's motor planning. That avocado in their hair? That's sensory development. Mess is temporary. Skills are permanent. Here's what's wild. Every product on this list is relatively new. Millions of children developed just fine without them. These habits didn't come from biology. They came from marketing. And the effects don't show up immediately. They show up quietly until one day you're asked questions you weren't expecting. Is your child walking steadily? How many words are they saying? Can they feed themselves? Real development happens slowly. On the floor, in your arms. Through connection and exploration. You don't need every trending product. So tonight, walk through your home and ask one question. Is this doing something my child should be learning to do themselves? That question alone changes everything. Comment below which one surprised you most. And if this video helped you see parenting a little differently, share it with another parent. Because informed parents help raise confident kids. Your time, your presence, your patience. That's the real advantage. You're not a bad parent, you just weren't told. And honestly, most of these things are marketed so well that they feel like the responsible choice. So I'm curious, which one surprised you most? Was it walkers or screens? Or was it something else you've been using every day without thinking twice? If you know a new parent, someone setting up a nursery, or a friend who relies on sleep pods, swings, or pouches just to get through the day, send them this video. Not to shame them, just to give them the information nobody gives you. And if you want more videos like this, stick around. Next, I'm breaking down what actually builds language fastest in the toddler years, the best kinds of toys for attention and self-control, and simple daily routines that support calm behavior without constant battles. Short, practical, and backed by what child development research actually supports.